Hey guys, and welcome back to kind of the finale of the Hive Chronicles. We're in another new location and quite a ways later. Usually I use the light of the lamp, but I moved so I could use the daylight today. So if you haven't watched from the beginning, I'll link the first episode somewhere up here so that you can go check it out. So in the last episode, I talked about the angioedema with my big swollen eye, which I will link a photo of over here if we don't all remember how nice that was. And I said that in this next video, I would talk about what helped me, which was the patch test. So thank goodness my dermatologist referred me to this immunologist. And the immunologist does patch testing. It's in the city where I live, it's his specialty where he mostly deals with like contact dermatitis and immunology. So he did a patch test for me. Patch tests, I so recommend for anyone. I think probably anyone who's here watching this has had a prick test, which is either on your back or your forearm. They put a bunch of allergens and prick you to see which ones you react to. A patch test is different in that it's across 5 days. So a lot of things that come in contact with your skin that'll cause things like hives, eczema, different skin rashes, contact dermatitis, all of that, they are allergens that you don't react to right away. So if I ate a peanut, I would have immediate anaphylaxis. If I'm around a dog, my eyes are gonna start watering and I'll start sneezing. If I have contact dermatitis or if I'm allergic to a fragrance or something of that sort, by contact, I won't react for a couple days. So how patch tests work, before you even go get it done, you fill in a bunch of paperwork about your lifestyle, your assumed allergies, your known allergens, anything that you would use in your day-to-day life, like mascaras, any belts, if you work for Amazon, if you are constantly around cardboard, if you're working with pesticides or like honestly anything. You fill in your lifestyle and they analyze it to see what they think they should test you for. So in my case, I do work outside a lot. My field's in landscape architecture. So between being around plants at home, plants outside, being in an office environment, based on my lifestyle, using cosmetics, that kind of thing, they did fill out they selected certain things to test me for. So when you arrive at the clinic, they basically take you in, clean off your whole back, and start to put these different things all over your back, like 200 different things, and they tape it all down. So I'll insert a photo of what I looked like on that day after leaving the clinic. Basically, you're covered in these things for 5 days. So that was on the Monday that I went and got this on. I had to spend the next 5 days at work itchy as heck, but unlike a prick test, you're actually allowed to take your antihistamines while doing this test because you'll have a skin, like it'll burn your skin. They're not just looking for a hive, like a quick response, they're looking for like your skin boiling response. It's pretty uncomfortable, but for the figuring out what you're allergic to, it's really, really worth it. And I definitely recommend it. So on the Monday you get it on, Wednesday you go back and they kind of peel some stuff off and take a look and just kind of do their first little analysis. Friday you go back again and they remove everything, clean everything off, and the doctor comes and decides what things you are allergic to. Some things you'll have a quick response to, like I think on the Wednesday they were able to already diagnose me with a nickel allergy, which sucks because I have a lot of ear piercings and I always brag to my friends with nickel allergies that I could use whatever I wanted in my ears, which it turns out was not the case. I've been wondering why in the past year I was getting like scabbing and dryness on my ears. And I thought, oh, I'm getting like eczema or even worse, psoriasis, like something. And it just turned out it was a nickel allergy. You can develop allergies in your life. That's why they want to know your history of what you do, because a lot of these allergies are from exposure. But my nickel allergy, I was not born with a nickel allergy, I developed it. My whole 28 years of life, I've been using cheap nickel jewelry with no problem. But now, as soon as I put in nickel, my ear blisters, burns, bubbles, horrible. So it's something that you can grow into. And I believe you can continue growing into other allergens. So what my patch test revealed and why this helped me so much, and I've got all the paperwork and all the receipts, I was allergic to benzisothiazolinone, spelled like this. That's one of them. It's an antimicrobial agent that is used as a preservative, and it was in my detergents, it was in my dish soaps, it was in a lot of things, all kinds of different skincare. Like, honestly, this was a very expensive test for me to take because it made me have to gut everything. It was worth it because I have not had that swollen eye since, but it was definitely, I had to do a big gutting of all my cosmetics and home cleaning supplies. I was using Tide Free and Clear, thinking that that was the smart thing to do. I was allergic to it. It still was not enough for me. There's like one detergent that I found that I can use. So I'll make a products video next to show you guys kind of what is really clean. It's at least clean for me, and I don't think that this is a good idea for anyone to just see what one person is allergic to and try that. I truly, truly think you should just go and get a test done. Then you know, like, I might be allergic to fragrances and preservatives, but maybe you're allergic to something else, and you changing to my clean products won't be clean for you. So I don't think this is just blindly safe for everyone, but I will do a video of my clean routine products. The next one, which really killed me in the skincare department, is Linalool. So Linalool is a fragrance that's in about 80% of all fragrances. So anytime that you see fragrance / parfum, or you see lavender or like any essential oils in a product, I'm probably allergic to it. I'm a fragrance person. I like to smell like bergamot and lavender and vanilla. Like, I like to smell good. And so this has been a real weird adjustment for me in having to smell like nothing in order to avoid getting hives. The next major one is Bronopol. And this same thing, I find it in different cosmetic products, different cleaning products, you know, all kinds of different things. So this is also a microancribial agent, similar to benzisothiazolinone. I think it's also in hair dyes. So I recently got my hair done, and I do have some like scalp burn issues. I think it's in like brown hair dyes and stuff. Just like, these things are really, really hard to avoid. I do my best. I'm never going to be perfect at it. I know I'm gonna run into these in my daily life, but as long as I stay away from them 95% of the time, the little bit that I have to be exposed to them, if I get a little rash, it gives me some cystic acne things, like as long as I'm away from them 95% of the time, I'm not constantly, my immune system is more relaxed. Like, I constantly have my histamines just flying rampant, hives all the time. I don't get hives all the time anymore at all. I'll get them the odd time, like it's COVID, I have to go into a grocery store, I have to use some hand sanitizer, I will get hives from that. If I have to like itch my eye, I'll get, from the hand sanitizer in my hands, I'll get a patch of eczema where I touched my face. So it's not perfect, but it's a lot better, and my body's not constantly under attack. It's only under attack sometimes. And then the rest of them were kind of, I think, more minor, like nickel, cobalt dichloride. Those are kind of in like, this one says tattoos, I sure hope not. It's more so in like jewelry and that kind of thing, things that I don't use as I mean, I've got jewelry in, but I can avoid it by purchasing smart jewelry. So at the end of that, because I'm allergic to linalool, which is a really prolific fragrance in everything, the immunologist did give me like product suggestions and stuff. So he said CeraVe, if anyone is curious. CeraVe is pretty much super clean, better than Cetaphil, I believe, because things fragrance-free and unscented are different. Unscented can still contain masking fragrances, which I would be allergic to. Fragrance-free is safe, so that means there'd be no artificial or natural fragrances, because these are not unnatural things. Linalool, I believe, is a naturally occurring thing. I just happen to be allergic to it. It's not a bad thing for other people to use. It's just I happen to have a reaction to it. So, in conclusion, after changing skincare, hair care, laundry, cleaning products, after really doing a thorough sweep of everything that contained my allergens and washing everything. So I mean, like, I gutted the sheets, I gutted my whole closet, the stuff I don't even wear usually, and double washed it. Some of these things like fragrances and preservatives can actually really like hang into the fabric. So when you wash, you want it to get rid of the old detergents in them. And again, like I said, I loved fragrances, so I was using heavily fragranced products. So I had to run it through the wash twice with my safe detergents in order to really clear it all out. I can tell now, it took about 3 months to really clear everything out of my system. It's not an instant thing. Like, it does help a bit. I wasn't itchy almost immediately because, again, I'd spend all day with makeup on my face that I was allergic to, hair products in my hair against my face and neck that I was allergic to, fragrances and preservatives in my clothes against me that I was allergic to. Like, that is why I was so sensitive. I knew my hives in particular were not caused by something autoimmune, or like, it felt too itchy. Like, I could feel them bubbling out, you know, like it felt like an allergy. So I know this isn't the case for everyone, but I do really suggest getting patch testing done, because you have nothing to lose. You might as well make sure that it's not something that you can be preventing. Because if I was spending the next 10 years exposed to all of these things on a daily basis, that's gotta chip away at my immune system and my ability to fight off other things. So I think that eliminating this as a cause for your chronic hives is really important. So, and to anyone who has chronic hives, try and get yourself a patch test. I think that they can be a little tricky to get, but give it your best. So, thank you guys again for watching. I will put out another video for the products that I use that are clean, at least for me. They're pretty generally clean, like there's very few ingredients in all of them, but they're clean. So I'll put that out next for cleaning, cosmetics, hair care, all of that. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.